guys, welcome to your first lesson on functions of an operating system. This lesson is reserved for students of grade 9 ICT for the National Certificate of Education exam. Let's jump to the learning objective of this lesson. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to discuss the functions of an operating system. Let's start with a small recap. What is an operating system? An operating system, or OS for short form, controls the general operation of a computer and provides an easy way for us to interact with computers and run applications. Let's take a look to a very important diagram. Let's say you have a user, and then that user wants to communicate to the computer without any software for the time being. We just want to communicate with the computer, with the hardware. Now, as you can see, I have two arrows coming up and down. This means that I want to interact with the computer, maybe in the form of input, or maybe also at the same time in the form of output. Now, the operating system acts as an intermediate software which is installed on the computer to allow this communication to take place. This is why we say the OS controls the general operation of a computer and provides an easy way for us to interact with computers and run applications. All other application software are installed on the system software known as operating system. These are some examples of operating system. And first one is Mac OS X, which is for Macintosh users. Second one is Linux, which is a free operating system available for installation on desktop computers, even laptops. Next one is Microsoft Windows, and the most recent one is Windows 10. Next we have Android based on Linux, which is a free operating system available for mobile devices and tablet devices. And the next one is iOS, which is for iPhone users. Mac OS X is mostly used for Apple-based products, such as a laptop and so on. Now, let's jump to the functions of an operating system. Operating systems provide us with graphical user interface through which we can interact with the computer. These includes icons and menus. As you can see on the right side here, we have a menu of the Windows 10 operating system. We have the menus and we have the icons that we can click to access a given program on the computer. Beside graphical user interface, we also have command line interface, which is provided by most operating systems. The second function is management of memory. As you can see, the main memory in a given computer system is a random access memory, or the RAM. Now, RAM is divided into several memory locations that you can see here. And at any given particular time, memory will be loaded and unloaded. That is, when I say unloaded, they will be freed from the memory. A program can take several memory locations at a given time. For example, we can see that program 0 has taken 3 memory locations. Program 1 may be 2. So the operating system manages memory. It transfers programs into and out of memory, allocates free space between programs, and keeps track of memory usage. At any particular time, there will be several programs who want to access the CPU or the processor. As you can see here, we have several programs: program 1, program 2, program 4, and program 3. The operating system allocates processor time or CPU time to the different tasks being performed simultaneously by the computer. We may have several programs running through your computer system, and a time slice is provided based on their priority, which one needs attention that needs to be processed. Now, for those 4 programs that I have, You can see for 2 units time program 1 run, it stops to continue as from time interval 5. Program 2 starts running as from time interval 2 and ends at time interval 5. It continues up till time 10, up till 20, 10 to 20 program 4 runs. Now as you can see, the OS allocates a processor to these programs or to these tasks. The next function of an operating system is file management. Let's take a look to a demonstration first. As you can see here, the Windows 10 operating system allows me to create file directories or folders where I can put my file. Here I have created a test folder, as you can see, and from here I can start adding files and programs to this given folder. So as such, the operating system helps us to save our work, organize our file, find files that we have saved, and load files. It manages also the transfer of data and files to maybe some given Bluetooth device or some other secondary storage devices. As you can see here, I have a file Microsoft Word. I can share it either through Bluetooth or send it to another given storage device. The next function is hardware management or peripheral management. Peripheral here can be input and output devices such as a hard drive, monitor, mouse, keyboard and printer. When we say management, it's about installation of these devices, and at the same time it allows us to manage transfer of data between the computer's memory and backing storage devices. So transferring of data to those devices is also a very important role of the operating system. It also opens, closes and writes to peripheral devices such as storage attached to the computer. The most important function of an operating system is creation of user accounts and setting up a password. As you can see here, the Windows 10 operating system has provided a login screen for the account John Smith, where the user needs to key in the username and its password. This will ensure that information is kept private to the user and it allows protection of data. Sometimes operating system will handle errors by giving you pop-up windows like this. For example, here the program has a bad sector on the hard drive or your computer is low on memory. So the operating system deals with errors that occur when a program is being run or when data is being transferred somewhere, and informs the user if necessary. We're going to look at a few exercises from past exam papers now. The first question is an MCQ question from Ministry of Education and Mauritius Examination Syndicate in the year 2015. So it starts with the operating system of a computer, and you're given the 4 options here. Is the hardware which helps to manage the computer system? Is a software which helps to manage the computer system? Is a hardware which creates program for use by the computer system? Is a software which creates program for the use of computer system? So first of all, we know that the operating system is not the hardware. In this case, the option A, which is a hardware, and the option C, which is the hardware, can be eliminated. Now we have 2 options here that remains. First of all, is a software which helps to manage the computer system. Is a software which creates program. So an operating system doesn't create program. It actually provides programs for use. In this case, it's software that manages the computer system. The answer is B. The next one is again an MCQ from 2013. Which one of the following is responsible for managing a computer system? An application software, an operating system software, a graphical software, and accounting software. In this case, since we're managing a computer system, therefore it is an operating system software. So therefore the answer is obviously B, which is correct. A, which is an application software. Application software does things for human beings rather for the system software, help us to achieve a task for human beings. Whereas C is a graphical software which is used for drawings and so on. And accounting software can be, for example, a spreadsheet that helps us to do our daily tasks such as calculations and so on. Okay, so we're going to answer these 7 statements here. It's a filling in the blank exercises. You have been provided with a few keywords here: memory, errors, Linux, Android operating, graphical transfer, processor icons, and passwords. You may pause your video to attempt this exercise. So N blank system is a system software that controls hardware and allows communication between the user and the computer system. In this case, the answer is an operating system. An operating system is an example of free operating system which can be installed on personal computers. So since it is free, it's going to be Linux. GUI, G-U-I-E, stands for Graphical User Interface, which is an acronym. Graphical User Interface allows the user to interact with the computer system through icons and menus. OS allocates in this, say, time to the different tasks being performed simultaneously by the computer. Therefore, this becomes processor. OS prevents unauthorized access to the computer system by checking usernames and passwords. OS manages transfer of data between the computer's memory and backing storage devices. I'm going to show you the answers once again. So here are the answers for the 7 filling in the blanks exercises. I will post this exercise in the description below. You will have a link on which you can click to access exercises. Thanks for watching. We're going to see the different types of operating system in the next lesson.